It's really important that we understand this thing called life, and the pursuit of anything that you're trying to do. It requires that we basically suck up any sort of unfortunate circumstances or situations that don't happen in accordance to the way how we want it to happen, and just basically get it done regardless of how it looks and regardless of what might be the perception in terms of external factors. Now, I'm just going to be completely transparent with you. Today's video was one that is basically going to be rushed. It's one that is basically just going to not look as professional as possible, and it's going to be arguably the outlier in my current library of videos, and that's completely fine because I understand the importance of the title of today's episode, which is to do things ugly. And the reason why it's so important to do things ugly is because one of the biggest barriers that we tend to have when it comes to being able to accomplish anything is that we tend to get in our own minds in terms of thinking about the over-analysis of our creations. And when you consider the level that you're at, when you consider where you're starting from, the analysis aspect of us overthinking things are just not necessary whatsoever, and it is to our detriment. And I'm just a big believer in understanding that and still taking the implementation of purposefully doing things despite them not looking up to the standard that you would want it to be. Now, don't get me wrong, having high standards is extremely important. It's very important that you set the bar for yourself at a high level, but unfortunately life just won't allow you to maintain that level from time to time, and it's going to put you in situations where you just basically have to improvise. And sometimes improvisation might mean that you are posting your 16th video on YouTube in the dark because you refuse to turn on the lights because of the fact that you've created this routine where you make sure that your room is dark enough so that you are able to go to sleep quicker rather than leaving your light on. And in addition to also standing rather than doing your normal sitting routine, which for many of your viewers might look a little bit, not strange, but it will look different. And to an extent, it might be actually an actual good thing, because sometimes it's good to switch things up and what have you. And also, I just explained the darkness and whatnot, but also just being a type of improvisation machine, because quite frankly this wasn't supposed to be today's episode. I had something else which is going to be the next one, but again, time just wasn't with me today, and I made a promise with myself that I will ensure that I post at least once every 2 weeks, and I'm realizing that that wasn't the case for this one. So I decided, hey, this is what I'm gonna have to do, and this is what I'm doing at this present moment. And it's important for us to have an end goal in mind, but quite frankly, getting there is that's the difficult part. The part that we make ridiculously hard is choosing to think too much about the end, when quite frankly it's just about the process of just doing things. We just have to keep doing things. And quite frankly, one of the main reasons why I created this account, this YouTube channel, is based on the fact that I am aiming to ensure that my name can stand the test of time in terms of a personal brand. Now, if you're looking at this right now, of course the quality isn't that exceptional, and I embrace that at this present moment. But this is just the start. This is just the beginning. Like, if you're aiming to do anything spectacular, particularly in the industry of personal brand building, can't really care about the start, man. You just have to care about the consistency. You just have to care about showing up and understanding that this is a 10, 15, 20 year process, man. And consistency is what it's all about. So everybody, do yourself a favor and do things ugly. I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because we are only going one place. And maybe it's not at the top, but it might be even in the bottom, to be honest. But it's way better than just staying stagnant. So I'll see you guys in the next one.